We are getting ready to cross the Bear Mountain Bridge this morning. It is Monday morning. We are slack packing again today. We're hiking out of Bear Mountain Bridge. 3 of us, the shuttle driver is slack packing 3 of us for $35. So it's like $12 each. Slack packing is when you are not taking your whole pack. You have a smaller pack and you are only taking what you need for the day. So for me, it's food and water, my hat, my sunscreen, my water filter, things, just what I need. So yeah, that's what we're doing today. It's less wear and tear on your body because you're not carrying the full pack. And there's a lot of elevation today. We're not sure if we're going to do 15 or 20 miles. If we do 20, it is 4,400 feet of elevation climb. And we're just not sure that we want to do that. It's hot today. It's supposed to get up to 90 degrees. So we're not sure if we're going to do the 15 or the 20. We'll see how we feel. We are in our tents and it is supposed to start raining within the hour. It is supposed to rain most of tonight and most of tomorrow. So I'm not sure what we're planning for tomorrow, because if it rains most of tonight, we are probably not going to want to pack our tents up soaking wet and put them in our packs and hike in the rain because there's a lot of rocks and they're slippery. So I'm not exactly sure what we're doing, but this is out the other side. Moxie's there, and then way back in the back you can see that's Dunkaroo. Dunkaroo was a shuttle driver at Hippie's place in Harper's Ferry, and he left I think the day before we did and has been hiking, and so we've seen him off and on. So it's kind of fun because he was at Harper's Ferry working at Hippie's hostel for a while, and now he's out hiking, so it's a lot of fun to run into him. So yeah, wish us luck tonight because it's going to be a wet one. It is actually supposed to rain. I'm not sure how much, but through Sunday. Today's Monday, so a full week. And I know they have not had a lot of rain here, so they need it. But it makes for a little bit of a difficult time hiking. Just the rain isn't so much the issue as the rocks. It makes the rocks really slippery. And we've still had a lot of rocks here, so I don't know what's going to happen. Okay, I am standing out in the rain to make this video. A lot has changed in the last few days. Sunday evening, while I was resting and figuring out the week ahead, I came to the decision that I need to jump up ahead in my hike because I have not been having a good time. I have not been enjoying my hike at all. I've been struggling. I've been worrying about the deadline of getting to Katahdin by October 15th. And the reason that you have to get to Katahdin by around the 15th is because the park doesn't close, but there's a point where they won't let you climb the summit because of the snow and ice. And so depending on weather, it could be a week before, a week after. but sometime in that time frame, things close down. The hike ahead is going to get more and more difficult, so we will be slowing down. We've got lots of big climbs coming up. We have a lot of big hills and lots of rocks to scramble up and over, and it's gonna slow us down quite a bit. Like most people do it in 8 to 10 mile days. So, and I felt like I was just pushing my body too much these last few weeks, and struggling to make the miles. I didn't care about the views. I just knew that I needed to get to my mile marker. And so that's been coming on for probably 3 to 4 weeks, where I just keep getting more and more, stressed about it. So we are moving up to New Hampshire, and Moxie and I are doing that. And so yesterday we got a shuttle to Poughkeepsie, New York, and spent the night. Today we will be traveling by train to New Hampshire, Hanover, New Hampshire, and then we will start hiking from there. So that is the change that has happened just over the last couple of days. We will come back and do Connecticut, Massachusetts, and Vermont after we do Katahdin. We'll come back when the weather's better and we don't have to worry about it. So, later this year we'll do it. In October. So that is the change. I just wanted to keep you guys updated, and you'll be seeing some different scenery, and hopefully I'll be a little more excited about my hike. I noticed in the last couple of weeks, I am not even doing videos because I'm too tired to pull my phone out and put a smile on my face and do the video. So hopefully this gets a little bit better and you'll get to see some different scenery. And so I just wanted to give you a heads up. This is what's happening. This is the first leg of our trip. We are headed to New Hampshire and we are catching the train. We will be traveling all day. Our train loads at 9:20 and we get in at 6:15. We are in New Hampshire and we are going to start our first full hiking day. The weather is much cooler here, so that's nice. At least it was last night. We are at Velvet Rock Shelter. We set our tents up out here and there were only a few other people here. So we came in about 8:15, 8:30. We hiked about 1.5 miles to get in here last night, and we are ready for our first day. Hopefully you're going to be able to see this bridge. It's really cool over a big marshy area. Lots of cattails and stuff. Kind of cool. Something different. We are in New Hampshire and I just want to show how nice the trail is. It is beautiful. Again, I just have to show you the trail. It's so pretty. And we're walking on pine needles. It will change, but we didn't really get much of this in New York. So we are appreciating it while we can. It's about 10 o'clock in the morning, and it's just a very nice trail for a while here. So we are enjoying that. And yeah, we've got about 10.5 miles today to do. It is supposed to rain most of tomorrow, so we'll have to see what we're going to do about that, because we will be going up over a mountain, a rock face mountain. And so, yeah, we'll have to decide what our plan is for that. But for now, we are enjoying the nice terrain. This is the south peak of Moose Mountain. We'll be going over the north peak also, but just wanted to give you a look at how crazy those clouds are. That is so neat. So yeah, south peak of Moose Mountain. Look at that crazy hair I have. Woo! There is a storm moving in. So we are hiking ahead to a shelter. You can see the clouds. It's supposed to storm pretty heavily. Flash floods in New Hampshire and Maine, which I don't think we have to worry about that. But they said there could be downed tree limbs, stuff like that. So we are headed to the shelter, and we might sleep in the shelter tonight. We'll see. But yeah, it's getting pretty stormy. Another beautiful view. I've been getting sprinkled on, but this is showing like the whole valley. So I just wanted you to see it. It's very beautiful. Getting a late start out of here this morning. It's about 9 o'clock. It rained most of the night last night. You can see where our tent spots were. It's the dry spots here. So Moxie and I camped here. There is a shelter behind us where a bunch of other people were camped. But yeah, it's gonna be, ooh, looks like sun might come out. Our tents are soaking wet. We tried hanging them for a bit to dry this morning, but the air is so damp that they didn't dry. We are going to try to make it 12 miles, but with the late start, I don't know. There is a cabin, like a ranger's cabin, that we can stay in, that's about 6 miles up. So we might do that. It just kind of depends on how wet everything is this morning and how many rocks there are, because the rocks will be slick. So we'll see how it goes, but we both got a really good night's rest last night. I am feeling much better, much more encouraged about being up here in New Hampshire. I don't feel the stress of the deadline looming over me. I wanted to explain that a little bit. So the kind of unspoken rule is that you need to summit Katahdin, which is the end of the trail, by October 15th. And the reason for that is that the weather comes in and there will be snow and ice and it's not safe. That could happen, you know, a week or two earlier, a week or two later, but October 15th is kind of the date. So I wanted to move up so that I make sure that I am able to summit, and so that I can take my time a little bit more and not be so exhausted at the end of the day and pushing for heavy miles, which is sometimes beyond my body's capability. Yes, physically I can do it, but then I struggle afterwards. So I am hoping that having a little bit more time to get to the end will allow us to enjoy the experience a little more, because I've been really struggling with that, where I have not been enjoying it, and I'm just doing it, and that isn't how I want it to be. So made more changes, and what will happen is when we are done, once we summit Katahdin, we will come back to the New Hampshire, Massachusetts border? No, Vermont. I don't know the eastern coast. So we'll come back to the border where we started, and we'll go southbound. So we will pick up Massachusetts, Vermont, and Connecticut, and do those. And so I'm not skipping all of those miles, but I will come back and do them when I'm done. So yeah, I am feeling much better. I'm much happier, more relaxed. Still a long trek. We got some really nice trail here. So it is nice to have that for a change. I am actually on a blue blaze. It is not technically the Appalachian Trail. It was previously the trail until they made a different one a little bit over to the left. But I took this hoping that it would have less rocks and slippery stuff, and I think it's been good. I don't really know, but yeah, so it's been a good morning. I have been climbing up rock slabs like this for probably about the last hour and a half. Very slanted, very tall. Luckily, they are not slippery. We are staying in the ranger cabin. I'm the only one here. Moxie is on her way, so I've kind of taken it over. I've been sweeping. I've got my wet clothes hanging, my wet tent from this morning. I've got a bunch of stuff over there. I've got my pack and everything, a bunch of things here. So right now I am just trying to get my stuff. Hopefully it will dry out a little bit before Moxie gets here so that she can have the space to hang her stuff up. But yeah, pretty sure that this is where we will be spending the night, because a lot of the tent sites are already wet, and it is crazy weather out here. It's from Hurricane Debbie, and so you know it's just all moving up, but it's really windy and blowing rain around, and it is supposed to start pouring here again soon. So this is where we are for the night. I am out hiking this morning. It's about 7:45. We got into the ranger cabin last night and it was very wet. We were all soaked, just from the mist and everything. We did get in before it started raining, but our clothes were all wet anyway. So we hung them to dry, and of course they didn't because the air is so damp. So I am wearing wet clothes. That is not fun to put on in the morning when it's cool. It's probably 60 degrees and I'm wearing wet clothes. So yeah, that's the start of my day. And we are gonna have wet, muddy trails ahead. So I've been hiking maybe 10 minutes, and these are what my shoes look like. And this is what the trail looks like. People are trying to walk to the side of the trail, but it's pretty muddy everywhere. You're probably going to be getting pictures of the trail all day long, but here's another wet mess. So I wanted to make a video. I'm in a really beautiful spot up here on the ledge, Heath's Ledge, I don't know, something like that. We crossed Smarts Mountain yesterday, stayed in an old ranger cabin with Jaywalker, Tally Joe, and Strider. So that was fun. Talked to Tally Joe. She lives in New Hampshire and has hiked all of the mountains here. There are 48 peaks above 4,000 feet, and she has hiked all of them. And there are 14 peaks above 4,000 on the trail in New Hampshire. I didn't know that. We have 14 peaks to do above 4,000. I am struggling a bit. I'm struggling. And I have been for probably the last month with the desire to be out here and doing what I'm doing. What I'm doing is hard, and I expected that. I expected it to be hard. I expected the heat, the cold, the wet, the hardness of everything, but I don't think that I was prepared for every day being hard and not having some good days in between, meaning good, I don't know, happy days. Every day is a struggle right now and has been for a few weeks. It's been hard, and that's it. I haven't had like any really like great days. I wake up and I don't want to get up because I know what's ahead of me. And so I'm not sure where this leaves me. Not sure how to get through this feeling, but I've had it for a while. I've been struggling with this for a while, and I'm trying to change things up to make things better, and so far it's not working. So I will keep trying things, but it's hard. It's hard to have every day be difficult and be so difficult. I don't know. That's where I am today. Lots of maneuvering through downed trees because of the storm last night. We are at the top of Hexacube Summit. We had to scramble our way up here because there were not any blazes to tell us where to go. And we don't know where we're going when we leave here. We are on a mission to discover Hexacube Mountain our own way. I wish that I could explain how hard this is and how steep this is. You don't know if the rocks or the roots are slick. You're walking through muck because there is no way around it. We've been doing this all day. I started at 7:45 and it's 3:30. I don't know, hours I've been doing this, and I'm tired. I'm tired. This isn't hiking. Okay, here's an example. Here's what I walk up on. I look, yeah, I can probably go that way. Oh, yeah, it's a rock face. So basically I have to go that way, go down over those rocks, over the slippery creek. I have been hiking through a stream bed of slick rocks and slippery roots all day long. I am tired of it. I have to cross that. This is a stream that I am supposed to be able to step across these rocks. That's ridiculous. No, I cannot do that. For one thing, I have no idea if they're slippery or not. This is all because of the rain last night, so I guess I will just be walking through it. I'm a bit irritated if you can't tell.